I recently did something crazy in my agency and I stopped booking 100 appointments a month and actually brought it down to roughly 20 to sometimes 35 appointments. But that made me a lot more money and it was probably the biggest decision I've ever made this year in 2025. And I want to give credit to my mentor and coach, John Danes, who actually taught me this and ultimately his own lesson in his agency when he was in real estate. Look, as agency owners, whether you're at 10K, 30K, or 50K plus, you might have already learned this, but not realize this and should teach this to your closers as well. And it is that not everyone should be closed. Back then with my fitness agency that I scaled to 20K a month, I literally was closing anyone that was living and breathing and that could pull out a loan. But truthfully, that was probably one of the worst decisions I've ever made in business. And because I've learned that, now I'm bringing on high quality clients. Literally, I'm still working with agency owners, probably like yourself, who are at 10K or 50K or 100K plus. And it's honestly better because you guys are not throwing Hail Marys at me. And that's not to say that I don't want to work with people at 0K or looking for their first client. Truthfully so, I still want to work with you, but it's the best decision is to point you in another direction. Maybe it's a DIY or a done with you model. Yes, I still downsell you to something that might work, but I'm not going to have you on what would be my premium service. What ends up happening, especially if you're in a broke industry like car detailers, restaurants, gym owners like I was, or even real estate, it starts to wear down on your team internally, whether it be your media buyer, your client success manager, your business partner on the back end. You honestly want to create tiers for your agency and for your closers and setters to know who to go with on your done for you. So for me, I've created 3 tiers, and you can actually learn this in one of my other videos about making a 9x9 table. Shout out to my mentor and coach, Paul Daly, who taught me this. For me, tier 1 are agency owners between 0 and 5K a month. You know, they're just not ready yet. They are looking to get their first client or maybe first few clients that are paying them 500 to 1,000 a month maybe. And at the end of the day, they're trying to still make ends meet and still quit their job. Nothing wrong with that, just at a different stage in your journey as an agency owner. Then tier 2 are those at 5K, 10K, or at 30K. These people are still running a lean agency, but they have more proof of an offer of fulfillment and service and have case studies, which ultimately helps my job get you guys more appointments. And then you have people at 50K, 100K plus who are established and have a team and ultimately are just looking to diversify and get more appointments. My whole point in sharing with you my example of working with you guys, agency owners, is for you guys to actually create tiers for your own identity cards, for your own industry. Because again, you should not be working with everyone on your done for you service. It will not help you whatsoever on the back end, and ultimately it will not help your closers too. Because when your closers peel the curtains and understand that, hey, why are my closes not staying around long enough? It's because they're running out of funds. So truly, I tell you, more as a public service announcement, do your diligence and actually see if they're worth closing, or ultimately should they be directed to a downsell, another way that you can help them. And trust me, this actually makes you better in sales. I've actually increased my closing rate from 30% all the way up to 50 to 60%. And we had to increase our prices because of it. And I actually was not nervous about my sales calls, or my SDR setters were not nervous at all. It was about, hey, based off where you're at, resourcefully, where should you go? And now we're actually helping people, and people actually appreciate hopping on a call with us rather than being sales schmucks. So I wanted to make this quick video to actually appreciate and share with you guys that those who are doing this, keep up the good work. If you're one of those agency owners that is closing any single person that hops on the call with you that literally breathes or can pull out a loan, I would think twice about who you're letting onto your team so that you're not hurting your back end. Again, this isn't to say that those who are not making enough money or don't have enough deals closed or don't have enough clients are bad people. These are great people to work with, and down the road, maybe in a year or 6 months sooner, you can actually sell them on your done for you service. But remember, your done for you service is a premium. So I hope you guys apply this lesson that I've learned in my 7-8 years in business here as an agency owner. And it has been one of the best lessons I've learned this year specifically. So if you apply this, watch your not only LTV grow, but your closing rate grow too. Thanks.